When you're a girl's top option, when she thinks of you as the alpha male, you will know. You will not be coming to Adonis School to ask for advice on texting or the date or something. You will know. When she sees you as like a desirable man, I'm telling you, you will know. You will have absolutely no anxiety inside of your mind. You will have no concern overthinking about small things like when to go in for the kiss, when to text her, anything like that. When you are her alpha male, which you should be, whether it's you're single, sleeping around, or going on a first date with a high quality woman, or in the middle of a relationship, or even with your wife, when you are her alpha male, you will know. There will be no question in your mind at all. When you're not her top option, when you're not her alpha male, that's when you'll feel anxious. That's when you'll be wondering when to text back, what to say to her. That's when you'll be literally seeing that she still hasn't replied, even though she's been online. You know, you've had that dynamic, right? Where you've literally seen that a girl's been online recently, but she hasn't replied to you. When you're her alpha male, that shit doesn't happen. And so you know instantly if a girl sees you as this sort of red pill guy, this red pill alpha male or not. And again, you want your literal wife and also a degen single girl. You want all kinds of women to see you like this. You also want them to, see some comfort and stuff inside of you, fine, if, it's a high quality woman. But you always want every woman that you interact with to see you at least as a red pill guy, especially even long-term future relationships. If you are now realizing that you are not her alpha male, something needs to change. This is so important. Something needs to change. If you're, for example, you've been overthinking recently, you've been asking for advice on what to do with this girl because you're uncertain about shit. You don't know if she really likes you. You don't even know if she wants to meet you. She won't even meet you. She hasn't been fucking gargling on your cum recently. Like, the signs where it's clear she fucking likes you. Then you need to decide on how to navigate this situation as now a red pilled, aware man. How do you deal with that? Now, certainly go through this course, improve the things that you can remember on, set yourself some action steps, and, really go out there into the real world and use these things on women that you cold approach or women that you meet or even on waitresses and gym receptionists, whatever. But if there's a girl that, for example, is in your school right now that you've got a crush on, but she doesn't really like, she kind of doesn't really like you. You're definitely not her alpha male. She doesn't get wet when she speaks to you. Let her go. One of the worst experiences that you can get as a man, like a common experience, is having a big crush for a woman who doesn't even fucking want you. Now, she might, string you along like a little bitch, and she might be friends with you, and she might, talk about all this bullshit with you. She might, enjoy your company and stuff, see you as one of her girlfriends, pussy. She sees you as one of her girlfriends. She might have all that with you, and that's cute. If she doesn't see you as a red pill alpha male, the relationship, there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. If it doesn't seem like she is primal and she wants to fucking rip your clothes off and fuck you, she doesn't see you like this. And if that's the case, there's nothing there for you. Because the alternative and the best case scenario is that you become that beta box. She might give you pity sex. And you might think, oh, well, I'll take it. No. Listen, the cost of being a beta, the cost of being the beta who gets to sleep with her once a year, in the future, that she's going to give you a hand job for your fucking birthday or something. The cost of being seen as a beta will wreak havoc on your self-image, on your mental health, on your perception of yourself, your identity. It's not worth it. It's so expensive to be a beta male, not just with the money you spend on women, but like what it does to your personality because you feel inferior. You don't feel like the Chad who gets to see this girl casually and fuck her the first night he met her. You're the fucking little chump who had to speak to her for 3 months first, and that will fucking hurt the moment that you eventually overhear her or see the text of the few guys that she hooked up with within minutes of meeting, and you had to wait 3 months. That will fucking hurt. If you're not her alpha male, basically you just have to let her go. It's as simple as that. If she doesn't get wet for you, if let's say it's the start of a relationship, right? If, for example, you're in the middle of a relationship and you're married or you've got a girlfriend, boyfriend, and she has stopped seeing you as the alpha male, you can absolutely save the relationship by following the strategies we've outlined here. But if, for example, you meet a new girl whilst following some of these and she hasn't actually been receptive to it, then just let her go. Let's say, for example, you are like most chumpy little pussy guys, and you've got this girl who's friend zoned you right now, but you still keep speaking to her because you haven't fucking visualized the double blowjob. Just when in doubt, always come back to this shit, bro. Visualize the double blowjob. All these fucking little nerds who ask me for advice on the friend zone girl, always like just fucking soy boys who ask me for advice that they're friend zoned. Always visualize the double blowjob and ask yourself, would you still be like fantasizing about this fucking girl? No, you wouldn't. Don't bullshit yourself. These same guys, when I ask them, like, oh, you know, how high quality is this girl? They always say the same cringe shit. Like, oh, she's an 11 out of 10. Fuck off. She's literally like a 5. She's a 5 and she's hooked up with some fucking Chad recently and got fucked by him, whereas you're still messaging her. When you're not her top option, you can tell, and it pisses you off, and it will just drive you fucking insane, and you'll literally like get distracted from your studies, from your business, everything. When you are her top option, it's like your brain stops thinking about sex and dating with her because you just know you have it like on tap, like a reliable, and your brain goes back to your purpose, your goals, which is, think about it, that's worth what, thousands, tens of thousands of pounds of like value of your brain focusing back on your studies and everything. There's motherfuckers right now who are about to go through like some exams and they're getting friend zoned by a girl that they're gonna literally think about whilst in the middle of their fucking exam. Blue pill bitch, right? Blue pill bitch. The guy, not the girl. The girl's done nothing wrong. The guy is a blue pill pussy. Think about that. A guy is literally gonna go sit in an exam soon, in like some test or whatever soon, and he's not even going to be focused because he's thinking about the girl that's friend zoned him, hoping that he'll eventually get a crumb of pussy from her. When you're not her top option in that kind of scenario, when she's friend zoned you, you only have one option, which is basically go be mysterious. Distance yourself from the girl who isn't fucking you. Distance yourself from her. Level up all of this. Don't even try and get her. Naturally, she'll reach out and want to get to see you more. And if you can present yourself like this, instead of being a bitch and going up to her and being like, oh, I actually miss you. Oh, if you can present yourself like this, she might actually then be more attracted to you. This is exactly what I did. I remember I could have lost my virginity when I was 18 or 19 years old in one of the first nights out in university. It was in my foundation year. So basically, I was still living at home in this room and I was commuting to university, taking a train. I hadn't moved there yet. This was like the first year, right? And there's this beautiful Greek girl who I was speaking to in class, and she ends up saying that she's going to go to this night out, and she invites me and my friend to come. And I'm texting her later saying like, oh, I might do whatever. And she messages me saying like, oh, but if the problem is that the commuting, because I live at home, I can stay over at her place afterwards. And I get so fucking hyped thinking, holy fuck, I'm about to lose my virginity to her. And she was hot as well. She was really hot. Imagine like thick Greek girl, short, big titties, big ass, attractive face as well, sexy as fuck, her accent, everything, right? And then she was like far out of my league, right? Far out of my league. I was only 18 years old, broke, had been going to the gym for like 1 year, right? This was like an attractive girl, the kind of girl who'd wear a dress, for example, compared to like jeans, right? And I meet her at her place. My friend comes over. Her friend is there, and we're all like laughing, eating pizza, drinking, and throwing like cards at each other, whatever. It's all cute and stuff. Not done anything with her. We go out to the club. We're all like drinking stuff. I've not made a move on her. I'm too scared to. But eventually, we leave the club and we sit outside waiting for a taxi. And me and her kind of look at each other at the same time, and then we go in for a kiss. And my heart's beating fucking fast from that. Get into the taxi, go back to her place. My friend's going to go meet a girl, so he leaves. So it's just me and this girl and her friend goes to sleep. Me and this girl also get into bed, and we start like kissing and making out in bed next to the other girl. I didn't even consider like having a threesome because the other girl was like completely asleep, right? But I'm kissing my girl and I say, oh, let's go into the other room. So I'm literally like thinking, oh, fuck, like my heart is beating fast, right? We go into the other room. Laid down like on like the floor or whatever. There was like a couch that was like low down, whatever. I'm laying on that and she gets on top of me and she starts like kind of grinding on me and moaning a little bit, moving her hips like over my cock. And I'm just completely soft because my heart, it's such a wild experience. My heart's so fast, I'm quite shy. I haven't even taken a single fucking deep breath in so long, you know what I mean? So it's one of those situations. And I didn't realize like the sort of dynamic of you don't have to get fucking rock hard when both of your clothes are on. I didn't realize like I can pull my soft cock out and she'd suck it, right? So I literally just looked at her and said, I can't do this. And she just instantly, I imagine you see the excitement of a girl just go like that, as if she instantly just got so bored. And she said to me, you're okay sleeping out here, aren't you? And stood up and went back into her room. So it was fucking brutal, right? What I didn't tell you, because I've told this story a few times, what I didn't tell you is that I simped, like not simped, but like basically got friend zoned by this girl afterwards. I really liked her. I started to obsess over her. I started to fucking cuddle my pillow thinking about her, which you can imagine is kind of normal for like a little virgin who was like trying to get laid. It was painful as fuck because she would her and her friends would be like speaking in Greece, but I could kind of understand it that they'd be speaking about other guys that they were hooking up with, and I'd be sitting next to them in class. So every day I'd come in and I'd sit next to her three friends, my friend and stuff, and it was like I didn't even fucking really like them. Like they were just girls, you know what I mean? I could have like made friends and stuff. I spent months of my life fucking sitting next to these girls. Really, this story I should have really put in this red pill thing here, because when you fall for a red pill girl, it's just brutal, isn't it? You start like getting blinded, you start feeling anxious, you hear about her fucking someone else. It's awful, right? And I'm just friend zoned by her. I invite her a few more times, nothing's working, whatever. And I remember I just got to this one point where I was like, how would I give advice to someone if they were in this situation? And I thought to him, like, I'd create distance. If a young man was asking me for advice, like I wondered if a friend was asking me for advice on this situation, I'd tell him, okay, go train hard as fuck in the gym, look sexy, take good pictures, and just go fucking, just create some distance, stop fucking texting her, stop sitting next to her. That's exactly what I did. 1 month passes by, I'm not even sitting next to her. I've kind of forgotten her. I remember like I hadn't really been with other girls. I think I'd kissed like a couple other girls on some nights out and stuff, but I spent some time with this girl not had sex yet, not even done really anything sexual. But I start, like improving. I start wearing better clothes. I start building more muscle, taking good pictures for Instagram and stuff. And one day I get a text from her saying like, hey, where are you, stranger? We haven't spoken so long. That was the text that within 24 hours, I could have dicked her down. But I replied like a fucking blue pill friend zone loser. Hey, I really liked you and all this fucking gay shit. And then basically, I was a chump again. So then I improved more. Like, I tried to get with her for a little while. It was friend zone again, the entire year's ending, whatever. Then I improved way, way more. Then I asked my parents and I can move out to university. So that's hype. I'm going to move out. I'm going to become a Chad. I'm going to do this. I start bulking up and everything. I move into my university accommodation. I end up I have a whole year there where I fuck probably in my first year, probably 15, 20 girls in 1 year, from virgin to 20 body count in 1 year. And I'm being a social Chad party, whatever. She kind of notices me, but I don't really see her too often. One time I invite her out and I'm in such a red pill alpha male mode that I invite her out. I wanted to get with her, but another girl caught my eye and I got with this other girl instead. And so I literally didn't even feel bad about not getting this original Greek girl, because I barely even thought about her. I just invited her out because I had invited a few people from our course, because she studied with me, a few people from our course. So I told her oh yeah, 5 people are coming around to my place and we're all going to go out tonight from our degree, so you should come. And that probably made me seem way more of an advanced guy. Think about it. She met me when I was a virgin. Now I've slept with 20 girls in 1 year. I had a street fight. I had been going to boxing. I had parties that I hosted myself. I had done loads of shit, right? I had robbed a fucking drug dealer and everything. So I lived a fucking interesting life. This shit I've not told you about me, right? And it gets the second year, and in second year I'm even more of a fucking degenerate fuckboy, and I'm literally from the start I'm I fuck so many girls, everything, right? Alpha male, whatever. In a point of second year, I realized just how attracted she actually is into me, and it got to the point where I didn't even need to be with her. I had made so much progress that I didn't even have much of a desire to sleep with her like I used to. And I remember one particular moment where I saw her out in a nightclub where I could have slept with her again, and this time I made out with her in the middle of the nightclub, could have slept with her. And I think the same thing happened, where actually on that time there was a girl from our degree who I was kind of friends with, and I actually wanted to fuck her, and I fucked her, basically a girl I had been friends with for 2 years, and I wanted to get with that girl instead, so I went with that girl. So this was the second time I invited this Greek girl out who I could have fucked again, probably I kissed her and stuff, and I didn't. And I just remember thinking to myself I didn't really even give a shit, because I was getting so many options and I could see that she wanted me. And I compared what I used to be like. I just remember visualizing the clothes I used to wear, a fucking I don't even know, a nerd. I used to dress like a nerd when I was in the first year of university. I'd wear a sweater vest tucked in and a college shirt and stuff, right? I was one of those kids who wore a fucking college shirt to university, right? Dressing smart and stuff. Oh, just feeling like a fucking Reddit, I don't know how you explain it. You're like a guy who's into fashion, but you're not at the same time. Like I'd go onto Reddit and look at like outfit ideas, and my brother would buy some from like Amazon or some Chinese websites or something, and would dress up, like dress smart, and just like feel gay at the same time. Obviously, now I like when I go outside, I just wear fucking gym clothes that I look good in and I feel good in. But back then, I was I'd dress up to uni and stuff. But anyway, I was visualizing like how I used to look, how I used to dress when I first met her. And I just saw that version of me that was always so anxious, that was always literally thinking about this girl, that went into my exams thinking about her. Like I spoke to her before our exams in like, my first ever year of university. And I remember literally in the middle of my exam, like looking at her, like turning to like, she was like sat in front of me or over there kind of. And I'd like looked at her maybe 10, 20, 30 times in the middle of the exam, fantasizing, visualizing how much of a distraction that was. Why? Because I wasn't her alpha male. I wasn't her sort of red pill guy. I wasn't her top option. So if you're not going to be a girl's top option, it costs way more than it gives. So the final thing I want to say, like this module should be right at the end, but the final thing I just want to say to end off this course, if she doesn't see you in this red pill alpha kind of way, it often isn't worth it. Because even if you do get her, she doesn't see you in this way. She sees you in the sort of beta safe way where you might still be able to have sex with her, but it won't be that enthusiastic ass to mouth that she's done with her alpha males. It'll be like duty sex that right now might be nice, but 10 years from now will significantly decrease after you get married and she has children. She's literally going to say no to you for an entire month straight, 2 months straight. If she doesn't see you as this red pill guy, I don't think you have like a future for the relationship. You can certainly go and, make progress and do these things. But if nothing changes, you're fucked. So if there's a girl that you're friend zoned with right now who doesn't see you in this way, or if for example, it's with your girlfriend or anything like that, you must create some distance. Suddenly stop speaking to them as much, stop showing yourself, be mysterious, implement these things. And I promise you, your final action step is not a quick one that you can quickly go do in 24 hours and get some validation. It's a long-term one that you're going to follow these steps. You're going to go hard on your self-improvement. You're going to go lift weights, get progress, make progress in your goals. You're going to follow these things, instill some competition anxiety inside of her, pass her shit test, talk less, act like the alpha male. And I guarantee you'll write a win post in the future saying your sex life has improved dramatically with your girlfriend, or that the girl that you used to simp over a friend zone or after has just sent you a message out of nowhere saying that she wants to be with you. Guarantee it. Your last action step is to actually use these things in the real world, not to just learn about them, because you've done like one thing. Previously, at the end of a course, I said like, oh, you've completed a course, so go write a community post like as a win that you've completed it. Bullshit. I wish I didn't do that, because you're not a pussy. Watching the course is like level 1. Congratulations, you fucking sat down and used your brain like a normal human being should. Now you need to go out there and go cold approach girls and pass the shit test and hold frame when she looks a little bit like she's not interested in you. Now you need to go out there and double how much animal sex you and your girlfriend are having. Now you need to go out there and go and like attract the waitress and flirt with her and have like an amazing like few moments of flirting with a woman. You need to go out there and start creating this alpha male personality and have a win that you led like some little social events for you and your male friends. You brought them to your gym. You got them all inside with the day pass and stuff. And you were like the high status leader where you said, okay, let's work out. Let's do this workout. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Those are the real wins that I want you to share inside of Adonis School. Write a community post. Come over to the community. Write a post like this with the tags of wins and tell us what's like some stuff that's happened with some real wins. You've cold approached the girl, tell us what happened. You were able to change a girl who didn't really seem that she liked you, what happened? You were able to hold frames, you got shit tested by some girl, tell us. That's a win right there. That's the wins that I want you to share to help inspire more guys to follow this course. Well done for getting here, but you're not done yet. The real work is outside of your fucking computer. So as soon as you're ready for that, step outside, go to the gym, your social events, whatever, implement what you've learned here, particularly some of these strategies, these first few there as well. And I really hope that this serves you well. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.